The Retroid Pocket Pro hardware gate is going from bad to worse. There have been countless cases of triggers not working. At first, people thought it was just a bunch of them, but the broken trigger cases have increased heavily. Now, the second case that has emerged is related to a bad screen. Many people are claiming that the screen is way worse than RP3 and it has problems related to ghosting. Some people are sharing videos of their screens not being responsive once they plug it into the charger. At first, people thought it was a charging brick problem with a specific user, but now many such cases have popped up. So, that over-the-air magical upgrade that every major YouTuber shared wasn't so magical after all. The screen did have a hardware issue. See how we got conned by the system? There was a clear problem, and it was identified by reviewers, but then their overlords shared a random pic, claiming that an OTA update had fixed the color saturation problem. This was spread to their entire subscriber base, and that calmed the pre-order customers enough to not cancel their pre-orders. And I think Retroid knew it was a big issue, which is why they released that statement apologizing for the bad triggers. Because if they had done it later, they also had to send replacements for the screens, and everyone was like, oh, such a nice company. They're taking responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, they should take it. They took full payment and sent you a subpar product, plus making you wait for the replacement trigger that you have to install by yourself. What's so great about that? This is pathetic, and it should be seen in the same light. Don't try to sugarcoat it. You paid them for this, remember? And it's not working. It should have been perfect from day one. And even if there were a few faulty ones, it should have been 1 or 2 in 1,000 units, not every 10th unit having this problem. Stop being naive, guys. This is why these corporations have started to treat us like this. I don't want to fix my freaking trigger button myself. And in today's video, we will be going through some of the issues so that you can make an informed decision of buying or canceling the pre-orders if you still have time. Let's begin. Screen almost messed up completely. In a revealing thread on the Retroid subreddit, user Herixross ignited a discussion that has cast a shadow over the Retroid handheld gaming device's reputation. The post detailed a concerning issue with the screen, flickering lines that intensified with increased brightness, a problem that appeared immediately after unboxing the brand new device. This alarming revelation was just the tip of the iceberg as other users quickly chimed in, echoing Herixross's frustrations and sharing their own unsettling experiences with the device. One commentator suggested that the screen was likely damaged during shipment, a common rationale that, while offering a solution, does not alleviate the anxiety of receiving a faulty product. Another user expressed growing apprehension about receiving their unit, citing not just screen issues, but trigger problems reported by others barely a month after the product's launch. This sentiment was mirrored by a different commentator who decided to wait for a second version, hoping to avoid the screen fiasco altogether. Another commenter shared a similar story of receiving a defective unit out of the box and mentioned that Retroid's support offered a new screen ahead of the Chinese New Year as a temporary fix. This gesture by Retroid to send out replacement parts, while commendable, underscores the severity of the quality issues plaguing their products. It's a band-aid solution to a problem that suggests a deeper systemic issue in the manufacturing and quality assurance process. The thread painted a grim picture for potential and current owners of Retroid devices. The anticipation of receiving a new gaming gadget was replaced with dread for many users as they wondered whether their investment would function as promised or succumb to the seemingly widespread screen defects. Ghosting and sluggishness is ruining the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro's experience. In another concerning thread on R-Retroid, user F4OL brings to light issues of sluggish display and ghosting on their Retroid device, marked by a noticeable lag and ghosting effect when navigating through tabs or minimizing applications. The issue is so apparent that F4OL is baffled by its absence in YouTube reviews, suggesting it was an immediate and obvious problem upon first use. The discussion quickly gathers input from other users, with inquiries about whether the ghosting persists in games. F4OL confirms it's less noticeable in retro games, but still present, especially in menu navigation. One commenter shares a personal experience of playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the device, noting a disparity in performance timing compared to another handheld, which suggests a deeper issue with latency rather than just display quality. This sentiment is echoed by another who queries about the latency comparison between Retroid's various models and opens a discussion on the general reluctance to address input latency issues within the YouTube review communities. The lack of basic input latency tests by major retro game reviewers and the inferior quality of the Retroid screen compared to previous models are lamented by others in the thread. Maybe a simpleton like me doing more service to the handheld community than the major reviewers in this niche. What the heck is going on, Retroid? Seriously, why these reviewers slept on it? Why they are in such a rush to call every damn thing good value handheld, budget king handheld, or best handheld? My ass!
Oh, the stink face is back!
Seriously, I am pissed now. You guys have been conned by these reviewers if you have pre-ordered this shit. But this doesn't stop here. There is more to come. Device not sleeping, overheating, fan becoming a jet engine, and software issues. In a series of discussions on the Aurora Retroid subreddit, users have brought to light a range of issues affecting the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. Hokkaido Knight started a thread about the device's fan not working after just 12-15 hours of gameplay, expressing concerns over the cooling system's reliability and pondering the feasibility of a self-repair given the fan's accessibility and potential replacement options. This issue underscores potential defects in the unit's cooling mechanism that could affect its performance longevity. Another user, Boris Golovnev, reported their device overheating to nearly 80 degrees Celsius while being off and stored in a backpack. The device emitted a smell of burnt electronics and refused to turn on until it had cooled down, suggesting a significant risk associated with its power management or sleep mode functionalities. This incident raises serious safety concerns and questions the device's ability to manage heat effectively. Lastly, Rems22 initiated a discussion about an annoying software issue where the RetroArch app would automatically close every time the device entered sleep mode, disrupting the gameplay experience, especially for RPGs. Efforts to prevent the app from being killed by whitelisting it were unsuccessful, pointing to a potential oversight in software configuration or power management settings. Another Reddit post was about the fan speed on the device transitions abruptly from being quiet or silent to sounding like a jet engine, without any moderate stages in between. When the volume is low, the fan's noise can overpower the sound of the game being played. Activating the high-performance mode results in the fan operating at its maximum speed regardless of whether the device is actually overheating. It appears that the fan's operation is not responsive to the system's thermal conditions. Ideally, the fan's speed should gradually increase in response to the temperature of the system on chip SoC. Where's that fucking OTA update mentioned by your handheld reviewer that mystically fixed the fan curve? Where is it? Feeling like conned now? Are they all just deceptive people making you buy bad stuff? When I was expressing my concerns about this product at the beginning, everyone was like, oh, you're being negative, you no-name YouTuber. Well, maybe this no-name guy was the only one looking out for you. Is Retroid going to drop another message about all this soon? Where are the people who were praising that honest apology as a great thing? Wasn't it just a cover-up for future issues? Learn to defend the people who have worked hard to earn their money and bought this device, not the corporate overlords. Maybe then you'll be able to sleep properly. This is all I have for today. If you want more investigative reviews like this, like and subscribe. Take care of yourself and be safe. And yeah, going forward, don't pre-order.